Chris, what is our third main topic today?
This one comes from Eric. Greetings, John and Co. We're just now a few days away from big surprises.
Big surprises.
D23 is right around the corner now. And I wanted to ask you guys if you have any sense of word about what any of the big bumps will be. I know you said you'd do a video from D23 with your last minute predictions, but I wanted to hear your early speculation now. What you got?
All right. Thanks a lot for writing that in, Eric. And yeah, I think there's going to be a lot to talk about over the next couple of days about D23. And all kinds of stuff. And obviously, you've heard us with a bunch of predictions. Obviously, Fantastic Four is going to be part of it. I think Deadpool 3 is going to be something that gets announced. It's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. But there's been one report going around that I want to throw a little bit of fuel on the fire. So look, you got to understand that I get lots of things sent to me as far as information goes. I get lots of things sent to me. Sometimes it's actually bang on the money. And a lot of times I hear things from certain sources and it just doesn't turn out to be true. That's why 9 out of the 10 things that get sent to me, I don't talk about on the show. Because I figure, you know what, if that thing's true, it'll come out in Variety or the Hollywood Reporter or something at some point, and then we can talk about it. And 9.5 times out of 10, that's the thing. So one of the little pieces of whispering I started to hear about 2 months ago, and I didn't give a lot to it. I didn't give a lot of credence to it in my own head. Was regarding Fantastic Four. And it was Free Guy's Jodie, I always mispronounce the name, Comer. Jodie Comer, who of course is from Killing Eve, which, oh my God, she's so good in Killing Eve. She was also arguably the best part of The Last Duel that she was in with Adam Driver and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and stuff like that. That she's going to be our Sue Storm. That she's going to end up, and she's going to be announced to Sue Storm at D23. So now you got to understand, I also heard, going back a couple of months, other names for Sue Storm. So again, this is something I just kind of brushed aside. About a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I heard the same thing, but from a different person. I'm like, okay, all right. Now this person has steered me right before, but they also steered me wrong, very big ones. So I'm like, but okay, you are now the second person I've heard about this. All right. Compound on top of that, yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine who is in this industry, who does sort of what I do. And they had heard from another person that I don't know, Jodie's name came up too.
Ooh.
So I will say this, while I can absolutely 100% assure you that I cannot confirm that this is true, I'm calling it though. Jodie is going to be announced as Sue Storm on Saturday. Again, I don't take that to the bank. I'm not telling you don't go to DraftKings and put any money on this. Not at all. But I'm simply saying where I am personally at this point with the people who have told me this, and now I'm hearing from other people who have people that are actually pretty solid who have been hearing the same thing from their sources. I think all the stars are aligning, and now that we are only 72 hours out, it seems to me that I think we've got our Sue Storm. If you want to bring that picture back up there, Jonathan, I think we are looking at our Sue Storm. And again, when you look at her from Killing Eve, and by the way, I know Free Guy was a fun, living in a video game world. She was fantastic in that. The way she played off Ryan Reynolds in that, I thought she was absolutely wonderful in it. And again, she absolutely killed it in an okay movie in The Duel. I mean, she has got talent coming out of her ears. I think she can do absolutely anything. And I'm telling you what, look at her and think Sue Storm. That's Sue Storm. That is Sue Storm. Look at her. So again, I am in no way confirming that this is the case. We may go there, and for all we know, maybe Emily Blunt does come out on stage and they announce her as Sue. I'm just saying right now, I'm putting my proverbial money on the fact that it is going to be her. So I will say that's my call right now. That's my prediction. I'm just hearing a lot of whispers about it. And we will see Guys, we want to take a second and thank one of the sponsors of today's video, DraftKings. Now, guys, you know I am a huge sports fan, and football fans, the first Sunday of the NFL season is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving new customers a can't-miss offer to celebrate the return of the NFL season. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. And as an added bonus for Week 1, everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. It's simple. Bet on an NFL team to win, and if your team leads by 10 at any point during the game, you get paid instantly even if your team goes on to lose. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code Campea to get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet this Sunday. That's promo code Campea only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes for details. Anyway, Chris, you hear about this? What do you think about the possibility? Oh my God, she's taking notes.
To DraftKings. What? No? Should not?
What do you think about the, do you think Jodie's going to be our Sue Storm?
She'd be great. She's a tremendous actress. I will say, fitting the physical aesthetic of a character, there's a lot of actresses in Hollywood who could do this. I'm sitting next to one of them, right?
Aaron Cummings, Sue Storm.
I'd watch it. So her acting ability is what gets me really excited about this, because she can play these really fun, dynamic, layered women who are flawed, who are messy, who have their own agency. And I would love for that to be part of Sue's character here. Not just being someone's wife, not just being someone's sister, but having her really, like a really great storyline for Sue Storm would be wonderful. And I think an actress of this caliber would deliver on that and also require that. Emily Blunt is another actress, though, who I think would have that kind of thing of, I want Sue Storm to have a really great front and center storyline here.
Who on the planet wouldn't have gotten a huge kick of John Krasinski and Emily Blunt coming out and saying, here's your Reed Richards and Sue Storm, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone. Yeah. I mean, maybe just not Emily Blunt, who's been like, it's maybe for me, maybe it's not. I think, though, Jodie Comer would be a really, really great addition to this. So many people have brought her name up, and I mean, the fact that your sources, too, are all confirming that is pretty cool. I would be excited to see her if I was at D23 this weekend.
Aaron, if only.
If only. Aaron, you're hearing this name. Is Jodie a name you could see taking on a huge, highly coveted role right now in the movie world with a Sue Storm?
Man, you guys are going to be so surprised when I come out on stage this weekend.
Aaron Cummings, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Sue Storm. No, I love her. My favorite thing that I saw her in was Killing Eve, because
so good
her character is so manipulative, and she rides those waves and seamlessly goes in and out of these little manipulative ups and downs where you just go, I don't know if she is totally stable. I don't know if she's totally I don't know what's going on with this woman, but she's keeping me on the edge of my seat. And even the things that they would have her in wardrobe wise, I was like, that's like a tutu with a leather jacket and flip-flops, and I'm not really sure how she's pulling it off, but somehow she just kind of has this there's just this quality about her
like
that
you say I'm drunk.
Well, you usually are, my love.
It's fair.
And speaking of drunk, a funny little thing that I just read about this. Apparently, when she got the call to audition for Killing Eve, she was nursing a hangover from partying her ass off in Barcelona and got on a 13-hour.
Well, we've all been there,
of course, as one does. Got on a flight 13 hours and within 5 minutes got the part, probably because she was slightly hungover. But you see the fact that she has this dangerous quality to her. And that is something that, I gotta be honest, I don't see a lot. And I'm not trying to call out like my fellow actresses. I'm just saying, in general, I think that we've wanted our girls to be a little too nice. And I grew up watching movies like Preston Sturges comedies from the 30s where women were like wheeling and dealing behind the scenes and, like stealing jewels, and movies from the 40s where the women were fast talking and they didn't put up with any shit. And they did their thing and they were ballsy and they were broads. And I see Jodie Comer Like, she may look like a little petite thing. No, she's a broad. And when she is she is going to be like a Jean Smart in Hacks. Like, we are going to see her career continue to evolve over and over and over again. So her playing a role that is so highly coveted, and it makes me even more excited for the movie than I already would be. Also, if we don't see Jodie Comer come out on stage and it is someone else, Aaron Cummings, for example, I feel sorry for whoever is playing Sue Storm, because now I'm just going to go, but what about Jodie? But what about her? And the comparisons are going to be there. So I think even if it were Emily Blunt, as much as I love Emily Blunt and she can do no wrong and she is perfect in my eyes, I really want Jodie Comer for this. Not because she's a white blonde lady, but because she seamlessly transitions all those little ups and downs of manipulative, psychopathic lady behavior that's so delicious.
I mean, look, she would be, I still contend there are like probably a good 14 or 15 names that they could announce on Saturday morning that I'm going to go, yeah, right? So to me, it doesn't have to be Jodie, but Jodie's one of those names. Like, Jodie's one of those names, like, she comes out, you just know. I think there's probably about a dozen others that they could come out and we would just go, I know she's going to do a great job as Sue Storm. I mean, and also part of this, I think one of the things that we're all kind of overlooking a little bit here, I think a part of this is going to be, we're going to partially evaluate the casting of Sue Storm once we also hear who Reed Richards is.
Absolutely.
Because you got to picture them side by side, and vice versa. We're going to partially evaluate who they cast as Reed Richards with who they cast as Sue Storm. It goes both ways, because this is like the OG MCU power couple. This is it. It's Reed Richards and Sue Storm. So it's now that I'm thinking about Jodie in this role, it's like, okay, so who could I see standing beside her?
Well, it has to be someone who's going to be, this makes me even more excited for Reed Richards as well, because she's a multiple BAFTA award winner. She's currently up for Best Lead Actress in Killing Eve for the Emmys right now.
Has she not already won an Emmy?
She has won
Yeah.
She won the Emmy in 2019. She was nominated again in 2020, and she's now nominated again. So, I mean, she's got some accolades under her belt. So it's going to have to be someone who not only looks the part, but also brings the talent to be able to go head to head with her.
Yeah, and that's not a small order, because that's the thing, right? When you get somebody who's super talented and then you put them opposite somebody who's not quite as talented, it can show. One of the things that a lot of people are talking about is, well, don't worry, darling. A lot of people saying like Florence Pugh, woo, but unfortunately Harry Styles looks kind of dead beside her.
Shocking no one.
But I mean, it's so that can be a risk. If you get somebody of her caliber, you got to make sure you nail that Reed Richards role. And will it be Krasinski? Will it be the guy from You? I keep forgetting the actor's
Ken
name.
Bagley?
Yeah.
Ken Bagley.
Who would not be bad. And I could see those two standing side by side as a Reed and Sue. So, I mean, I don't know. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Now, I am absolutely not guaranteeing you, telling you it's confirmed that Jodie's playing Sue Storm. I'm just telling you, I'm calling it. It's going to be Jodie that walks out on that stage on Saturday. I'm probably dead wrong. But what do you think if it is? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there.